Welcome to week 4, guys, of the training for Ultra. So again, apologies if I fall and snap my neck here. Tuesday right now, I'm doing my 5.5 miles, albeit at a slower pace, but not because I'm trying to run slower, but because it is unbelievably sliding these roads. I've almost fell like fucking 4 times, and if I fall, I'll record it. Oh, this is bad. I wish I could swing the camera in. Hopefully you can see it behind me, these big ice trails. So obviously yesterday, as we know, Monday is my rest day. So again, just out with Frank, getting the walk in. Again, I'm blessed to have a really busy work period right now. I don't see it as a burden. I used to, but now I'm just extremely grateful for the people that I can help. So for the guys watching this, thank you. So today we've got 5.5 miles, and as you've seen, this week we've got an almighty challenge ahead of us. It's something that I'd cooked up a good while ago. So this coming Friday, in aid of charity for my friend Joe, hopefully he's watching this, we're going to walk 100,000 steps in a single day. Now that's probably going to take us 12 to 14 hours, I would imagine. When we're doing this, we're going to be into Glasgow Central. We've got Pure Gym that's gave us some treadmills and stuff. Joe's going to be wearing a 20 kilogram vest, and we're going to get it done, even if one of us isn't able to do it for whatever reason, because injuries and stuff will happen, blisters are probably likely going to happen, etc. We're going to do our best to get it done. So we're probably going to have to walk in Central on the treadmills for, I think, between 7 and 4 or 7 and 5, but that won't be enough to get 100,000 steps in. So we'll probably need to walk home from Glasgow as well. So what is this all in aid of? We're doing it for the British Heart Foundation. Joe's friend, work colleague, Stuart Gray, sadly passed away at a young age. So Joe's been doing some challenges in order to raise money. The challenges that I've cooked up for him, I've also did it with him, but I'm just fully behind him in support of this, because it obviously means a lot to him. It's mean a lot to his family, and he's, as of this moment in time, over £11,000 have been raised. And the target, like we kind of set, we've kept on moving it up, but the target's been set to 12. And again, I'm just hoping that we're able to do that, you know. So again, as I said, it's going to be a tough week. I'm meant to be running a half marathon distance on Saturday, but I'm going to have to gauge it, because doing 100,000 steps is going to be, like I said, a lot of activity, and people think you're just walking. And it's like, that'll be taxing, guys, come on, don't be silly, but we'll see how it goes. So very interesting one, see how we get on. I'm looking forward to it. I've got the gym tomorrow, again I'll film a wee bit tomorrow, and I've still got my house sprints on Thursday before we do this 100,000 steps. So that's going to be, and it's 10 house sprints, guys. I mean, that's going to equate to about, it's over 5 miles. So 5 miles of maximum intensity, and then the next day doing the 100,000 steps. Like I said, tough week ahead, but that's what we're all about, isn't it? You're not going to go and do an ultra and be fresh, and you're not going to go through life without challenges. So sometimes it's better to prepare yourself by going out looking for the challenges, so when the challenges eventually come to you, they seem like nothing. Alright guys, happy Thursday. So obviously yesterday was a gym day, so again, as always, just changed up a couple of exercises a wee bit just for the sake of monotony. So again, went and done some hack squats. It's kind of a different type of hack squat machine, but hack squats. Done the hyper extensions, but a wee bit heavier with them because they're getting very comfortable now. And again, just the usual, the reverse lunges, the leg curls. Done the seated leg curls this week, so slight difference in how that would work, and the pull up and push up superset. So right now I'm just getting ready to go and do my house sprints, which being Thursday and tomorrow we've got the 100,000 step challenge. It's not great, my legs are actually quite sore now from yesterday's training because I'd upped the weights a wee bit. So going down and get these house sprints done now. I think it was scheduled for, well, it's meant to be 8 to 10, but I'm going to do the 8 because my legs are pretty gassed, but I'm trying to bear in mind that I've got this challenge tomorrow. I'm really trying to keep that in my head and not just, because I'm actually the opposite where I would look to do more all the time, so that wouldn't always be ideal. The only part I hate right now is Frank will be left in because I've had an insane working morning, I've got an insane working day, and I also have to squeeze in the fact that today, as you'll see at the end of the video, I'm going to have to take Frank down to get his sausages because there's been a few donations and stuff, and I'm not going to not do it. So I going down, smash these hill sprints out. I'll take the camera down, mate, just to make sure that you know what they're getting done. And aye, let's just go and get it done, eh? Good morning, guys. See the stuff you do for YouTube with sticking cameras in fridges and stuff? But no, it's very early in the morning. I've been up for about half an hour. It's about 5 o'clock. Friday. Let's go and do 100,000 steps. Now, the one thing I never thought about is the 20 kilogram vest. I need to wear that down to the train station. I've not really thought ahead with that about in terms of how we're going to transport that into Glasgow kind of thing. So I'm going to start off with a walk right now from my house to the train station's about 2 miles with a 20 kilogram vest, and I know a lot of people might think it's only a 20 kilogram vest, it's not that big a deal, and I'm like, I can assure you it feels bloody heavy when you first initially put it on. I used to wear 10 kilogram vests all the time when I was doing like Tinto and all like different things, and it wasn't too bad, but a 20 kilogram vest is night and day. But anyway, aye, let's go and get ready and let's get down here. Right guys, so here we are in Glasgow Central, and it's always, I'm never really in here at this time, so it always is kind of weird. So obviously behind me here, we've got the 2 treadmills. Joe's away getting his caffeine intake, and I've got a large cappuccino to get me started. So again, what we're probably going to do is it's what time is it right now? We're right underneath the clock, so it's 5 to 7. And what we're going to do is basically wait till Joe gets back. He'll have his coffee, I've got my coffee, he's already got all his snacks and that over there, and then when we'll be good to go, and we're going to kick off, as I said, as soon as we've done the toilet and that. So 100,000 steps. So right now we've got just over 5,000, because the walk down isn't actually that bad with the weighted vest, but Joe's wearing the weighted vest today because it's his challenge. So again, I'm more here for, yes, I'm doing a challenge, but I'm here for the support, make sure he does it, and if I need to drag him through it, we're going to drag him through it. So we're probably going to estimate that it's going to take us about 12 to 13 hours, that's what I think. Probably walking around, I'd imagine like 40 miles that's going to be. Like, we're trying to do the math on it, but I'm not going to start my watch in terms of to rack up a mileage, because it will drain the battery a wee bit more, but more so because I can see the step count live as well. So hopefully we're going to raise a lot of money today. We're about £800 away for the goal of 12k. I think they're open for donations and that here, so I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, it's going to be a long bloody day, so it's going to be worth it. It's all for a good cause. So let's just get it going. Right, man of the hour, so just after 7, so let's get going. Right guys, quarter of the way there, feeling alright. I think the 2s I've done my sprints and that yesterday, but Joe's wearing a 20 kilo vest like I said, but I'm starting to feel the kind of calves a wee bit of the old right quad as well, but again we'll just plough on, just keep going with it. So far so good, people have been very generous as well, which is amazing. Getting a good chat with different people, which is helping to fly in, so we're estimating we're going to get probably about 55 to 60,000 steps in here, because we need to leave at 3 and then we'll start walking home. So see how it goes. Right, so right now about 35,000 steps in. I'll ask Joe how he's feeling, hold on. How are you feeling, Joe?
Alright mate, back's a bit sore, quads feeling it a wee bit, but my hamstrings are getting a wee bit sore now. Feet have been sore for quite a wee while now, but I've got used to that, but so far so good. Energy levels are still high, so we're doing good.
So gone well. It is probably a wee bit tougher. Again, sprints weren't a good idea yesterday, and wearing 20 kilogram vests is probably not been a good idea either. But we'll soldier on. But we're on course for I think the 60 in here. So we'll get it done. Right guys, halfway. Well, over halfway. So it's 1:45. So we'll probably, like predicted, get about 60,000 steps in here. And like I said, we're going to pack up and just start heading for the streets right away to try and get this done. Probably predicted it's going to be taking us, like, kind of thought I originally thought like 13, 14 hours, but depending, it might be about 12 to 13, so aye, good time. The treadmills are actually making it harder, if I'm being honest with you. It's like more repetitive strain in my feet because the terrain's so consistent, you know. But again, it's getting done, and that's what really matters. People have been very generous, it's unbelievable actually, with food as well, but I'll cover that a wee bit later. But aye, over halfway, so when we hit the streets, we'll check back in. Right guys, so I've actually left my wee camera in Glasgow Central. We're walking here in the streets for about an hour and a half. We're literally 6,500 to 8,500 steps by this point, so when we're getting picked up wherever we end up, I'll get my camera back. But this will be the last part of the vlog until I get home, because we're really on a mission. If you want to know how we feel, feet are on fire, quads are dying, Joe's dying, I'm dying. Like, it's been much harder. We both had a share of the 20 kilo vest, but in order to kind of finish this, we've had to kind of dump it. Luckily we had some friends that picked it up, but they're still doing it. So aye, we'll see you when you get home. Right guys, so obviously I get in last night, and the last thing I wanted to do was turn on this camera and even remotely talk. I think most of the time was spent lying on the floor, actually getting into a bit of shock. I was hitting a bit of the shivers and that kind of stuff, and I think there's loads of elements to it. So 100,000 steps in a day. So the way it kind of worked out was, obviously, like I'd stated before, Joe was meant to be wearing the 20 kilogram vest, which he did. So I wore it obviously for a couple of miles walking down to the train station yesterday morning, and I think Joe had it on for at least about 4 hours. With the steps. Now, the biggest issue that was raised, right, and it was good and it was bad in two different ways. Obviously, as you saw, we were doing it in Glasgow Central, and the treadmills in the middle of Central, and it was very good, but there was a walking on the treadmills to the point where even when we were like, I've only videoed wee minor bits because we were just too busy chatting to people and all that stuff. The biggest issue was walking on the treadmills, but even about 15,000 steps in, I could feel like bits of twinges in my calves, my right quad in particular. Now I always have a wee bit of problems with my right quad, but I'm putting all that down to sprints, like how much niggles and that I felt like I was picking up. But Joe was the same, and we kept on saying like, he's feeling this, he's feeling that, and all that kind of stuff. And if anybody knows, like with treadmills and stuff, you always do end up picking up like something. And it was because it's just on that monotonous flat surface where if you're walking in an outside terrain, like you'll use different, like for lack of a better way of putting it, you'll use different parts of your feet, your legs and that to kind of adapt to the terrain. But because it was on that flat surface and it was so repetitive, I think by 40,000 steps in, again, like we never really covered yesterday, it didn't feel like I had any skin left in my feet. That's the only way you could say it, and that's from about that moment on, which wasn't even halfway. Obviously, previous in the video than now, I didn't really go into it too much with how bad we were feeling, but we got the 60,000 steps done, left from there. I had the vest on initially, but I think Joe was having a lot of problems with his back now. The original challenge was supposed to be sharing the vest anyway, but Joe kind of felt like it was his burden to carry, he wanted to do it, and it was a bit too much. And I think because even the way in Central goes, you were sitting, the treadmill was always sitting in an incline, so you're always kind of leaning. So his lower back, and for the sake of finishing the actual challenge, we're doing 100,000 steps, we thought it was the best protocol, absolutely, to get rid of the vest. So we actually tried to carry it. So we were carrying it through Glasgow. That was too much in both their arms. So I ended up wearing it, and I wore it for another couple of miles. So I think all in, Joe's wore it for about 4, and I probably wore it for about 2.5-ish, 2.5 altogether. And then we just decided it was the best course of action to make sure that we were going to finish it, and it was more so to do with the feet. We're going to get rid of this, and obviously, luckily enough, Joe had some friends came and picked up, and we soldiered on. But it was a way tougher than expected. But I think the only reason it was so tough was because number one, the weight vest, but number two, it was the treadmills. It was the repetitive action of the treadmills, because when we walked the last 40,000 steps home, we never got any niggles on our calves, hamstrings. The only thing we kept on talking about was our feet. Our feet were in just such dire straits. And I'm not going to show you my feet, but I'm actually quite surprised when I came home. I've got loads of, as you can imagine, loads of blisters, but all of them are intact. They weren't all burst or anything like that. I generally felt I had no skin in my feet, but they were just that raw that I just felt that way, you know. So we walked from Glasgow through Rutherglen, through Cambuslang, through Blantyre, through Hamilton, through Motherwell, and we finished in Wishaw. So we went all the way through Wishaw, through the cross,
and then we got to the long straight road way past the cross, and that's when we managed to finish the 100,000, and then we got picked up. But listen, it got done. Massive well done to Joe. He's absolutely smashed these challenges, and I'm sure his mate Stuart will be looking down and thinking he's a one stupid arsehole for doing this kind of stuff. Again, thanks to everybody that contributed, the ones that did donate to Joe, and for the guys who donated on my page as well. Thanks for all the well wishes. Just a couple of special mentions. Thanks to Pure Gym for the treadmills and the support they gave that day. The British Heart Foundation, Angela, and the other guys there. Sorry, I can't remember everybody's names at this moment in time. They were so helpful, got us lunch and stuff. Actually, Starbucks gave us some free coffees as well, which was amazing of them, and people chipping in. Pizza Hut in Glasgow as well. Actually, because my sister works with Pizza Hut at the moment, and for whatever reason, I don't know the full story because I've not spoke to her properly yet. But Pizza Hut in Glasgow wanted to send us round anything we wanted. But we just got a pizza between us. It was roughly about 1,000 calories or so. So we had a half a pizza, and we ate that as soon as we kind of left Central as well. But if I've kind of missed anyone, like, I apologise. I've not scripted this. Just kind of want to get this done. I want to get the vlog up today, hopefully. I mean, on Saturday at some point. But it was a massive effort by it and everyone to kind of keep us going, which was amazing. It really, really was. So I got done. I think consumed yesterday, I kind of tried to tally it up, honestly. Calories consumed yesterday were in the region of 5,700 to about 5,900 calories burned yesterday. Was roughly about, and again this is the data ranges looking at a different data on my phone, 6,100 to 6,500 calories. The mileage we've tried to compute, because we've totally lost track, was between 48 miles and 52 miles done, and as I said, there was hours and miles of that with that weight vest as well. So before I head off, I'm just about to have a wee cup of tea, but if you want to buy me a coffee and you want to buy Frank's sausages, remember there is a wee link down below. You can go down and do that, and as I said, you will get mentioned on the vlog. And on that note, I want to say a massive thank you to Stacey, Kerr, Maggie, Richie, to Laura and to Emma, who bought me a coffee and bought Frank's sausages as well. And Laura, you'll be delighted to know I did actually have a cake. I don't normally have a cake, but because you so insisted, I had to have one, and plus it was good calories getting into this 100,000 step challenge. So guys, as always, this journey will continue. I was originally scheduled to do 13 miles running today. I'm not going to be doing that. I've already been a walk, done about 3 miles, and I'm going another walk later on. I'm going to actually try and rest and recover, because normally it's a long run today. Just a very short recovery day tomorrow, and it's supposed to be a rest day on Monday, but I'm actually just going to rest until Tuesday. So I'll start the vlog next week from Tuesday onwards. And again, if you've enjoyed this in any way, shape or form, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully you'll stay on board for this journey.